Welcome back, everyone. We got a war recap here, and this was WHF taking on Elite Gaming, and this was interesting because we got matched up in this random spin a few days before our CWL Invite season matchup, so it was really funny. But we did get the victory, 84-82, but we did have the Town Hall advantage. We did have the extra Town Hall 12 compared, I believe it was the 5 Town Hall 12s to the 4 Town Hall 12s for them. So we did have the one advantage there, so you can kind of take the victory with a grain of salt. But anyways, it was nice warring with them. We will see them in a little bit over the weekend. Anyways, I got a few recaps to show, especially the ones I personally did myself. You can see a cleanup attempt that someone was able to clean up my hit and how they changed it and how they improved it. And then my fresh 12v12 at the very end. So you guys are going to want to go ahead and watch that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into this. And the first one we're going to go ahead and do is going to show Nickelodeon's hit on number 19. This is a DJCS. So let's go ahead and see what he decides to do. You can see by the army, he's doing a Suilalunion, and he's got what? He does have 1 Skelly, 4 haste, 2 rages, and a heal. So let's see what he decides to do. He takes the king, and he drops the king at around 9 o'clock, and then the queen is going to get to the town hall, and they're going to walk south. So why is he doing this? Well, let's go ahead and take a look and see what the value that he wants from this raid. So you can see the king is going to walk up, and then the queen's going to walk behind, pick off the next layer of defenses right here. So the queen's job is to remove all of this as the king tanks walking down south. So you're going to see the queen step up, and she's going to walk here and remove this, not only to take out an air defense, but also to create pathing. You can see we got a sweeper here in the middle, and we got the other sweeper here in the middle. And you're going to have to hit them anyways. You can't really avoid it. But he decides to pre-drop some hastes, and he wants to get his balloons and everything going this way through the base and move clockwise in a clockwise formation. He's got a little Tesla farm up top. He's going to send the blimp to tank as another lava across the base as the balloons come in behind to get protected. Drops the rage. Remember, guys, it's very important to drop the rage spell. 1, if the balloons can use it, and 2, to drop it on top of the queen and then skellies, right? So then the skellies get to take advantage of over the queen. Plus, if there's any pups or lava pups or minions right over top of that, they can get the benefit of the rage as well. So you kind of want to get most bang for your buck as you move around and take out the queen. A very nice job by Nickelodeon on this hit. So you can kind of see the heroes created a little bit of a funnel here. Then he saw if he can move this way through the base, they would kind of just go right around it. Blimp come from the opposite side, balloons come in behind, and then he finishes here. Look at all these balloons that are left over, and it's just a matter of cleanup. He's got that poison, and doesn't even need to use because there was a pretty much lava that was coming out of the CC. So very nice job on this 10v10. Very, very good. He's got too bad the lava didn't pop, which would have had some more pups. And then that is a lot of balloons there. Very nice job getting it done, taking advantage of the base in the base design, moving around it. So let's go and take a look at the next one. This is going to be on number 8, and this is going to be an 11v11. But the interesting thing about this one, right, is let's go and take a look. It is a Suilalun, okay? But what does he have different that you would normally think comes with a Suilalun? Well, normally when you do it, you would have a Skelly spell. Well, there's no Skelly spell in this army. All right, so that means pretty much either he's going to try to kill it with lavas pop over her, but the air defenses aren't near her. All right, well, he can have dragons in this blimp, and he can send the dragons over to kill the queen. Okay. Or there's another option where you can use Valkyries in the blimp. So what he decides to do, he drops a balloon here to soak up Seeking Air Mine because it was scouted. And so he's going to drop the blimp, remember, and then 2 balloons behind it so that it can take out the defense as it's moving through. And also, he's got blimps or Valkyries in here, but I think he thought he was going to have the blimp pop right in here, and the Valkyries have direct access to the queen because the queen's going to step up in here. but he got a little unlucky, and they got put right into that compartment right there. So they got stuck in here. So that could have been a huge problem. But he had the Valkyries. Obviously, they were max from the CC, and then they just shredded with that rage through that wall and went right to the queen, because the queen's radius was just in range of that, so that the Valkyries were like, oh, okay, we're going to go directly target the queen because they are getting hit by her. Very nice job. I mean, that was close. Some back-end balloons then helped take out the single target. They took out the Expo and pulled the CC. If you can pull the CC, and especially if it's like a witch, a balloon, and some kind of defense that would target your balloons, you definitely want to take it out there. Nice job by Tijuana Gram pulling the CC and getting the nice value here. And at this point, where does he want to attack from? Well, either way he comes at the space, he's going to fight the sweepers because it's kind of protecting the rest of the base here. He uses the heroes to create more of a pathing and grab some more of these defenses. And so the queen's going to then step up and remove the air defense and the archer tower there to help with the pathing and take out as much as he possibly can. Prey drops the haste, and he's going to fly his way into this section with the warden behind, and then another lava from this way, and he's going to do his best to push his way, overwhelm the sweeper with the hastes, and get that done. And he decides to end up using the warden ability a little earlier because of the warden was so far back. He wanted to make sure that the warden got his ability off at a useful time and wasn't wasted. Sometimes he likes to hang back just like that, and he won't follow because some of the pups are kind of keeping him back. So that happens sometimes. So what he decides to do is, remember, so he cleared this, which allowed everything to kind of move its way into the base just like this. He's going to drop the remaining heal spell over the multi-target, or the wizard tower right there. Some air skellies come up, and there is the next haste. And he has one final haste as well. Hopefully that lava pops. There it is for the cleanup there. Helps a lot. There's enough balloons for the rest of these defenses to overwhelm them. And there you go. Very nice hit. Didn't get all the value he wanted with the, in terms of he thought the Valks were going to get into this section here. But through the rage and being in that queen radius caused them to run in here. If the queen was a little farther away and she wasn't focused on them, they might have just beat out on the wall and pieced out, and the queen would never have went down. So it could have been a completely different story. But Tijuana Gram gets it done. Very nice job on the hits. And so let's go ahead and take a look at my hit here on number 3, DJ. And Sir Longsword did get the triple. But let's go ahead and see what he did, and he adjusted his hit compared to this. So this was my second hit, right? And so I was going in this hit. It was already hit. Did not get the 2-star. So I was like, all right, I think I can do it. I think I can kind of overwhelm and get the value here. So I didn't think I was able to get the queen with the push through the base, but I was able to. I brought the skelly just in case because I didn't know if I was able to reach the queen, but I ended up finding out that I was. So what did I do? I was thinking of a few things on the space. Well, I saw the air sweeper was right here. Okay. I saw the next air sweeper was right here. Okay. And then I knew what was in the CC, and it was a lava baby dragon. So I was like, all right, well, I can deal with the baby dragon flying through the base, because if I sacrifice balloons to pull the baby dragon and then kill it and then have that, it would have just been too much, because I thought the value, I can just overwhelm the base and poison the baby dragon. And if the baby dragon doesn't go down the poison, I'll have pups to pick it off. And so I was like, okay, well, if I somehow remove this section over here, right? Well, where are the air defenses? They're right here, and right here. Meaning that if I was to attack the base like this, right, just like this, and overwhelm the base, then I'm not going to fight the sweeper, which is down here, and I can just avoid it and come from this side and just overwhelm it. And so that's what I was thinking of doing. So how do I do that? How do I get my troops, my heroes, into this section right here, and to remove all of this, right? And then I also thought to myself, well, the queen is right here. If I get my queen into this section, this box right here, she'll step up here, she'll remove this, she'll remove this. She'll also pick off this archer tower here, because it is one time, if you see this wall, it's this one defensive range here, and it's touching that. So that means the queen, if she steps right here, can hit this, and she can hit that. So I was like, all right, well, if that's the case, look at this queen's radius. This queen's radius is right here. So if my queen steps up right here, she reaches this. This queen will reach my queen, and I can use her ability and take her out. But I wasn't 100% sure, so that's why I took the Skelly spell just in case. And then it was like, all right, how do I create a funnel? Well, there is a Tesla right there. I was like, okay, well, I want to take that out. And then I was like, all right, if I use a giant boulder, the giant will activate the Tesla, drop the boulder to skip on it to take it out. And I was like, all right, well, I can use another boulder over here to remove this. I can drop a minion over here to remove this. So all of this will go down because this range of the archer tower is not, won't take out the boulder. So I decide to take out this section with a boulder and a minion. I decided to take out this section with a giant and a bowler, so that I can then drop my king right here. He'll go this way and then this way, right? And then I decided to use the wall wrecker right here and go straight to the town hall. I wanted the wall wrecker to take out this here and then move its way in, and then the queen will then go behind and she'll follow. After the wall wrecker makes its way in, the queen will then follow into this because all of this is down. So the queen will step up in here and remove all of this, allowing me to then fly through the base just like this. Well, obviously it was a 1-star. I didn't get it. We'll see what happened. And so let's go ahead and see what I do first here. And so I dropped the minion because I knew that was going to take some time, so I had to get that going. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do this bowler here first just in case if I don't get it or something. I was like, all right. Then I was like, oh, crap. I didn't drop it at the right angle. I missed it. And I started hitting this storage. So it was like, what do? I need that down for the funnel. So I decided to drop the 1 balloon. The giant helped kind of damage it, so the balloon just did the 1 drop and took it out. So I was like, all right, so now let me drop the bowler here because that's down. So that's helped create a bit of a funnel. So I was like, all right, king's going to go this way. And before, since it was all out of range of the single target inferno, I dropped the wall wrecker right here to push its way through. But then I was like, uh-oh, the king started running this way. And it ended up being fine, but I was a little worried. I decided not to drop the rage because the queen's behind the wall wrecker. The wall wrecker did some damage to the single target inferno, and then also the queen and the Valkyries. You're just gonna waste a rage spell in that instance. So I hit the king ability. He's not gonna be able to get through that wall. You see my queen step up, and then since this archer tower is in range, then she can reach that, and also she can reach the enemy queen. Plus those archers will draw her back there. And so, okay. So now you can see this section right here is removed. I knew there was a Tesla right here, so I pre-dropped the haste because I want to get troops in here, and here, and here, and move through the base just like that. And so I had an extra Skelly spell, which I probably could have dropped first to distract that single target inferno. But now it's just kind of just try to overwhelm the base, but let's see what goes wrong, right? And then you'll see Sir Longsword's hit to fix it. And he decides to take some other troops, but he does kind of the same entry that I do because he saw the value. So I dropped the rage spell right over the middle. I dropped the poison spell over the baby dragon, but here is what happened, what went wrong. Right, 1, I didn't need the Skelly spell because the queen went down. I would have taken a free spell. I would have taken an earth, something else, right? That was bad. But these balloons, there was not enough balloons over here, right? Because the town hall ended up roasting all my balloons here, and all these balloons started going this way. I was like, uh-oh, nothing's going to target this town hall. I'm not going to be able to get it down. It's going to be a problem. This baby dragon is still up, but it's in the poison, going down, and then it finally gets destroyed pretty much right about, I think the pups will end up taken out. But there it goes. But look, this town hall, I didn't have enough balloons coming this way to take it out, and then these balloons are not going to be able to make it through the town hall and air defense there, so it ends up resulting in just a 1-star, right? The balloons, obviously, I didn't get the pathing I needed to the town hall, so the town hall stayed up. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Sir Longsword did to fix it. He takes electro dragons, but look what he does. He takes the 2 bowlers, right? He takes a giant. He has the 1 minion. He's copying my initial entry, and that's what you should do. If he saw the value that I got with the queen, stepping up to get the enemy queen, which is huge, and create that pathing for the electro dragons this way. So he decides to go with electro dragons, which was the right answer. I've really never used electro dragons at all. I've never used it in war, so I didn't even think to do it. But he takes the bowler, and he also misses the skip on the multi, or on the Tesla there. So he doesn't drop the bowler over on this side. He drops the second one this way, but he still misses. So he drops the balloon to see if he can take out that the Tesla, but he doesn't take it out. All right, so what does he do? He's like, all right, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm going to then send my king, same thing. So he didn't take this out, right? He kept that up. So let's see the differences. All right, well, the king, since that went down, he rerouted. All right. But the thing is, he's getting his queen into the section. He doesn't freeze. He saves the freeze, right? He just pops the wall wrecker, lets it go down, but the queen's going to step up. All right. So the queen's going to step up, take out the single target. The Valkyries take out that, and he's doing a really nice job of, he saved a free spell. He also saved a Skelly spell because he didn't need it because his queen took out the enemy queen. Very nice job. And so now he uses a baby dragon to help remove a little bit of a funnel here. And then it's just spam the electro dragons this way through the base. Look at the value that they're getting, especially everything's kind of tight right next to one another. And the electro dragons do really, really well when that's the case. And you can see there are a lot of high HP buildings in the core. And he's got that warden, and he's going to just pop that warden ability right there and pretty much protects almost all of the electro dragons. Very nice job moving through this base. And look at all these electro dragons. This was 100% the right call. I mean, I had the right call for the entry, but he had the right call for the remaining kind of push through the base. And look at how many electro dragons are still up. Pretty much swag that rage spell right there. Didn't need it. Very nice hit by Sir Longsword, taking the electro dragons instead of the balloons. So that might be the answer there. If you have to deal with the tunnel in the end, take electro dragons because they can get through it and survive, versus balloons can be a little more difficult. Very nice job by Sir Longsword on that hit there. But let's go ahead and take a look at my first hit. But this is going to be the last hit of the video. And this was a fresh hit, right? So I had no idea what was in the CC. No idea where any Teslas, nothing, no traps. So my thought process, all right. Well, there's one big thing that kind of stood out at me on this base. Well, what was it? Ground Expo, Ground Expo, Ground Expo. Okay, Ground Expos. All right, cool. Well, what do I want to do? And also the sweeper positioning. Sweeper number 1 and sweeper number 2, right? Meaning that I don't want to fly this way. No, that's bad. I want to fly away from the sweeper like this. All right, well, how do I get my pathing down? Well, I looked at the base and I was like, all right, where would be a good spot to do a potential Sui blimp, right? And take out value to cut out the base and create a wedge or like an L shape or some shape for my balloons to follow that I can predict. And so I decided to do this. I wanted to get my blimp to go into here and take out this eagle, right? So I was like, all right, I think my blimp can go and pop over here, this section, take out the eagle, and also pull the CC. And you'll see that I have 8 archers. The archers are meant to, let's say there was a baby dragon witch or something in it. My baby dragon and archers and poison are meant to kill the CC. My heroes are not meant to kill the CC. My heroes are meant to be dropped first, create the pathing, get some value, and then pull the CC and kill it. But I had no idea what was in it, so that's why if I knew it, let's say there was a lava, if I knew what was in the CC, I would have a different army comp. I would have more balloons. I wouldn't need all those archers. I would have a little more fine-tuned attack here. But this is kind of the attack that I take if I don't know what's in the CC, if it's a fresh hit. This is kind of because I need to be ready for that damage CC. So what do? All right. Well, I have my king and queen, which I'm going to use first. All right. So I'm looking at this base. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of defensive buildings that will target my blimp. My blimp probably won't make it into this section if I have to fight this archer tower, this wizard tower, this archer tower, this expo right there. I don't think my blimp will make it through that. So I need a tank. All right, well, how do I get a tank? I can drop some giants, okay, but my king is going to be the beefiest one. So I decide to drop my king right here on this dark barracks. Why right there? Well, because look, there's a little gap right here, meaning if I drop him on the left side right here, he's going to go here, 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 here. Okay, so that means by the time he gets to this area, he's going to be taking this archer tower, this wizard tower. I can also drop a giant here to tank this archer tower. So the king's going to move this way. All right, so the king's going to do that. Then I'm going to drop the queen over here, so she's going to step up and boop, boop, remove all of this. So all of this is going to be removed by the queen. The king's going to run this way. He's going to tank for all of these defenses. And then I'm going to drop a wizard behind to also help damage that gold store to take it down faster so the king can get through it. But then as that's all going through, I'm going to drop the blimp right here. And so it's going to be able to make it to this section, which is what I wanted to do. And then I'm going to drop a haste and some balloons to take out here this archer tower. And then the hasted balloons behind will go boom and take out all of this, right? Which will then allow my balloons from the blimp will go from here. I had no idea. I was like, okay, maybe there's a Tesla farm here. Maybe there's some Teslas here. But that wasn't the case, so I had no idea where they were going to go. My objective was solely only to take out all of this. But I got, or actually no, my objective with the blimp and the heroes was to take out this whole section right here and pull the CC. That was my objective. I got a lot more out of that than what you'll see, and it actually makes sense. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, before actually this kind of goes through, I wanted this whole section down, and so then that would be, all right, where do you fly into? Well, the air defenses are here, and you got to take that town hall down. So if this section is here, I decided to fly into the base this way, around the base, and then through the base just like this. And the sweeper was gonna, I planned the sweeper was still gonna be up, so I was like, all right, I need to save a haste spell for this area to fight through it, because it could be a problem. But I have this earthquake to activate this town hall so that when the balloons make it to this area, they'll go to the town hall next. So let's go ahead and play this finally. I know you're probably like, just play the raid already, but if you guys maybe probably skipped to this part. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and drop the king first. Or actually, I think I drop a giant first to end up tanking a little bit. Yeah, so giant first. Then I drop the king here, so the king's going to run this way, right? So the king then moves on here, drop the wizard, help speed that up to take it down. The queen is going to take all this out. So as the king is making his way around the base, we're going to wait. We're going to be patient. We need to make sure this archer tower and all these defensive buildings are occupied, right? So the king pops his ability, so that's all occupied. And then I drop the blimp here. It's going to go beeline straight to the eagle, right? It's not too fast, so you need to be able to absorb some shots, especially if it's an air defense. So out comes a baby dragon, nothing else, meaning there was a lava hound in it, so perfect. So just a baby dragon. So here we go. We have the balloons coming behind. They're going to take this out. We have the hasted balloons here. I don't drop a rage. I just drop a haste because I felt there was nothing else targeting them and they can make it through that. So I dropped the haste right there. And so then what happens? I was like, oh my goodness, the haste shot the balloons into over here and they ended up taking out the sweeper, which I didn't expect them to. And they took out the expo. And look at this wizard. Look at that clutch wizard making it all the way to the expo and even getting a shot off on this. Oh, it doesn't. Hits the wall for some reason. I'm trying to go for the queen, but look at that. Look at the value that I just removed. All of this. I didn't expect to get the expo, and I mean, if I was looking in, I was like, okay, yeah, that does make sense since there was no Teslas there. But I removed all of this, pulled the CC baby dragon, and the queen ended up getting the enemy king and all that. And I was like, all right. So I was like, all right, the baby dragon comes out. I'm like, I'm not going to use the poison on it, right? I'm just going to use my baby dragon. I'm going to use some archers to distract it. And if my baby dragon gets shots off on his baby dragon first, that means mine's going to win because they're the exact same, right? They're both max level. So it doesn't matter. Mine's going to win because it got the shots off first. So there we go. Don't need to use a poison, meaning I can save the poison for on the queen. Or if there's air skellies through the raid. So there is no need to drop the poison there. I was just a little worried because if there was a seeking air mine, and then I would have been in trouble in that instance. But so as you can see, now comes the Lalo. So out come the balloons around the base, and we're going to move our way just like this. I dropped the earthquake. I mean, I could have dropped the earthquake a little later because they would have gone to this expo, and then I could have dropped it. But I wanted to make sure they at least got to the town hall, so I popped the ability. As I'm flying through, drop the heal spell over the multi, and out comes a Tesla farm. If I knew there was a Tesla farm up there, I probably would have changed the attack, to be 100% honest, because I would definitely would have wanted to address that, but who knows. So I dropped this. So this was kind of a mistake. I dropped this rage here, thinking that the balloons would like, all right, stay in this area. I was like, I want to drop the Skelly spell on the queen, but then I dropped the poison to slow her down. But I was like, oh shoot. I mean, it's not a good spot to drop the Skelly. I don't see her staying in there. I was like, all right, I'm gonna drop it now. I was like, no, the queen jumped the wall, and it's gonna be a problem because she's gonna stay. So I pretty much swagged almost like a raid spell, swagged like a poison, and swagged the Skelly. But there's a bunch of pups and minions up. The queen is actually not going to go down, surprisingly enough, in this raid. She's going to stay up, and she's going to be alive for the whole thing. Yeah, guys, she doesn't even go down. I don't even kill the queen. You don't need to kill all the heroes to win a 3-star. You just have to take out all of the defensive buildings. And there you go. That was my thought process behind the hit and what I did, and I tried to adjust it. And yeah, so I hope that helped explain my thought process for kind of this attack on a Town Hall 12. If you guys really enjoyed this video, let me know. I'm planning on to make more of them, these war recaps. So it's going to be a fun matchup coming up soon, WHF versus Elite Gaming for Serial Invite. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video here. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button. Leave your feedback down below in the comment section what you thought. And if you are not already, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do know when I upload videos. So yeah, you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. CarbonFin signing out. Peace.